as if a portal were in place to go from one game to another. And looks like we are off. All right, so starting off here, most players you will see will likely head from Criteria Surface here straight into Link to the Past, purely because of item density that's available between both games. There are a lot more items available to start in each game in Link to the Past than there is only 1 or 2 items potentially available in Super Metroid. Oh, and the magic hammer on Lake Hylia. We see Lenophis jumping from the ledge here down to check out that item. And true to his normal routine, Maniacal saves and quit, heads to the sanctuary, and we'll see him go do a camera manipulation glitch called the Houlihan, which allows you to pick up an early 220 rupees, something like that. And just so everybody's aware, we do know that Leno is having some internet delays, a little bit of lag and slowness simply because of some weather issues. So we're going to try to work with it as much as possible. So we do ask that you please be patient with Leno while he's working through this. And also, when I get joined by Bobtastic shortly, he will probably be primarily the commentator for the evening. I'm also going to be tracking both commentating and tracking for the race tonight. So if I miss anything, feel free to yell at me and let me know. All right, so the early Houlihan play paying off so that Maniacal's able to pick up a quick 10 bombs, save and quit, and picks up a piece of heart that we couldn't yet see on Lenophis' side. And then down to South Shore, Maniacal's going to check the 2 items at the dam before heading over to Mini Moldorm Cave and possibly over to Ice Rod. And I think that's
everybody.
a Dr. Ba. Hello.
How's it going? Sorry about that.
That's okay. Everything's good? All right, well, so far, the only thing that we've seen that's been of any valuable knowledge is the magic hammer is hanging out on the Lake Hylia Island. So we're going to need flippers and mirror. Yeah. And Spacer Beam found right outside of the dam.
All right, a little bit of firepower. Sure, that will more than likely become obsolete by the end of the run, but you never know.
True, unless we have like a Shack Tool Plasma or a Pedestal Plasma.
Gross.
And Lenophis is still in PowerPoint mode currently, so we're not sure where he's at and what he's doing. So we're at this moment just hanging out with Maniacal.
All right, so we've got a glove and what looks like some super missiles and more super missiles, which is basically all we want. Personally, I'll take every super missile you can throw at me.
Yeah, I'm the same. Even if I find Charge Beam, I always like to have additional ammo just in case. All right, so Ice Rod Cave, pack of supers, always nice to find.
All right, so Sanctuary being the start now, I imagine that'll be a trip over to Kakariko now. Looks like Maniacal may have gone for the Houlihan route early. Am I looking at that correctly?
Yes, of course. That's his usual way. Oh look! Leno's back.
Looks like you just got finished checking Sick Kid. And the back of the tavern. Yo, space jump, what's going on there?
Ooh, like that.
Oh, and there's our morph
Oh,
ball. It's
holy
on the
cow.
library, which means we're gonna have to find those boots first.
That is ridiculous. We got Hammer on Islands, which requires flippers, Dark World access, and mirror. Plus, oh, we get boots for Morph Ball. That's ridiculous.
Just a
Hopefully
heart
boots
container
are
over at the race
early.
game. And here is Maniacal checking the Lumberjack Cave for us. I don't know if we've seen that yet.
Nope, just
Big
a big
old
20.
20. It's not the wave beam this time.
Yeah, but we still could require Aga 1 to be completed if that hammer is potentially going to be required for our, or at least most of our Dark World access.
All right, so Lost Woods time. We've got Piece of Heart. Hammer is never not required.
Yep, you have to have hammer in
There are
order.
at least 4 dungeons that require the hammer to complete, and you have
Yep,
to complete at least 7 of them.
if not possibly, it's required to get to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. There is a route to Ganon's Tower that doesn't require the hammer, but there's also like half a GT requires it anyway, so...
All right, so Maniacal going to be giving us the checks that it looks like Leno already did, but we weren't able to see while Leno follows in by Maniacal's footsteps here.
Hey, there's the screw attack. We had both lightning-shaped objects right next to each other.
Yeah, and I'm
It's
just
lightning in a circle. They just congregated to one location. Screw attack and ether medallion right next to each other.
and I'm pretty much going to assume that Leno has picked up the same items that Maniacal has. He doesn't have a tracker on his own stream, so I'm gonna kind of go from menus.
Yeah, so screw attack and space jump gives you access to a sickening amount of Super Metroid just by itself. And there's the high jump boots.
Yeah, and having screw attack will also ooh, silver arrows.
Silvers
lamp.
and lamp. Wow, and more supers. So, this is feeling pretty good right about now.
Yeah. Screw attack, as I was trying to say, will actually get you through some areas in Super Metroid without the morph ball, such as the bombable blocks just to the left of the Criteria shaft area. So that could get you into the Terminator, checking a couple areas in Green Brinstar as well as Big Pink. So there is some areas open in Super Metroid now.
Yeah, I think this also gives us access to the first item in the gauntlet. Not the back, of course, because you need the morph ball to roll underneath, but the first item.
Yep. The mixture of high jump boots and screw attack gives you that.
Well, I mean, space jump gets you there. That's what I was
Oh
thinking.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure. But screw attack will get you through the blocks. So you have to have at least screw attack to get through there because you can't use bombs.
Yeah, you'd either need screw attack or the power bombs, which of course you can't use without the morph balls. So there you go. And Maniacal is about to get his news about the morph ball's location.
Yep.
And a heart container will be at the other end of this race game for Maniacal.
All right.
That's one of the few things we got to see on the other side screen. We did see a map check there for a second. I know I saw a crystal at Desert. That's basically all I saw.
5/6 crystal at Eastern, a red pendant vanilla at Terra, and a regular crystal at Desert.
Well, all right, there we go. Maniacal now heading over to the Eastern Palace area, it looks like. He is 10 rupees short of Zora money, and Zora is in logic with that glove.
Green pendant and swamp. Good to know. So not only do we know that we need the mirror to get hammer, but might also need that mirror if something's on Sahasrala's pendant.
Hey,
Wow.
there's our flippers.
Nice.
That's one of the two pieces we need for that hammer situation. Now, another thing we may have to do is if we don't find a second lift upgrade, we may have to take a weird way to get into the Dark World, either through Aghanim or through Meridia.
Oh heavens, no! Don't say that. That would be so. That would be so bad. That would be amazing though. Like 2 swords or magic cape in Super Metroid somewhere behind. Oh no.
All right, so we've got more super missiles here in Eastern Palace. I think since I've been sitting here, I've seen roughly 6 or 7 super missile packs, so we're going to be loaded on supers for a while. Ridley doesn't stand a chance.
Oh, early big key, nice to find.
I mean, I think just all you would need is gravity suit morph ball and like
Enough
they've already
ammo or
got space
charge
jump.
to get through bot wound.
Oh, and in this logic, you'd need speed booster.
Yeah. So pretty much anything you need to get to bot wound is required in logic, which is very potentially charge if you don't have enough ammo, speed booster, or not varia, gravity. Sorry.
I was like, you need Varia? What? Okay.
I mean that's nice, but
like, that's news to me.
No, wrong suit. The purple one, the better one.
And Maniacal making the nice little trick to get the last chest here in Eastern. Looks like we are still missing an item.
Yeah, one item left on Armos Knights in Eastern.
All right, so Maniacal making the dive into Super Metroid. Looks like the Gauntlet is our first destination. Being a little careful there not to get himself stuck between the blocks there, because that can happen.
Yep, soft lock. And going through there really quickly. Don't have to worry about the gapping mods so much when you have both space jump and screw attack, because you can kind of just jump right through there.
The ones on the ceiling often like save my life
Yeah, and grab you out of the lava.
out of the lava. It's pretty great. All right, so Maniacal will now be heading west. We'll probably see the bomb chorizo check here. No? Oh yeah, he doesn't have Marv. I'm dumb. No more fall. Can't do it. Don't pay attention to me.
It's not about being dumb. It's just, you know, you have seen Morph Ball, so you know that it's in play at some point.
All right, so Maniacal now checking below Old Mother Brain. That is another location that's surprisingly in logic without the Morph Ball when you have Screw Attack.
Yep. As well as having high jump boots. Both items, including the ceiling E-Tank location, is open currently for logic.
Maniacal's frame rate playing tricks on me. I was like, wait, how did he get into the thing
It's
without...
an empty elevator.
Ah.
Also, Dr. Bobtastic, congratulations on your win today.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was cool.
Yeah, you
All right,
did
power
a
bombs.
very good job.
Power bombs there in the ceiling location, which Maniacal could easily grab, but there's no real reason to, because why would you want to waste all your time climbing back out of Blue Brinstar when you've got Green Hill Zone and good old Big Pink to get to? I think Big Pink is the only thing that has items you can actually reach, though.
Yeah.
Like, you can look at one item over by early supers.
Yeah, the Crumble Bridge will have one item that you can at least take a look at and see what it is. So if you happen to find Speed Booster in Big Pink, you may want to loop back around to pick that up, as well as checking the other items at Reserve and Early Supers. But Super Metroid is still pretty locked down.
Maniacal was trying to open the door to Turian there, just apparently went one too far on selecting the item.
What
Trying to
was
get
it,
the super
Terminator?
recipe selected.
I missed that.
I don't recall it being important. It looked like bombs or something.
Okay, cool.
Like I would have said something if it was important, I think.
All right, so the Crumble Bridge item is a heart container. Womp womp.
50 rupees. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks,
Wasn't even
chat.
worth writing home about. Though that does put Maniacal at Zora money now.
Give me the cash. All right, so 2 items here available. This Mission Impossible or pre-Mission Impossible piece of heart, and the last item above the charge beam location here in Big Pink, which is missiles. So we'll probably see him do another, reset.
Yeah, we'll be heading back to Zelda here, I imagine.
Yeah, we do have quite a bit of Death Mountain access, as well as Zora, as you said. He'll have to pick up some additional cash because he reset after picking up that 50 rupees, but that'll be no thing.
Yeah, He does have Death Mountain access because the lamp is available. I didn't realize it wasn't on the tracker, but yeah,
Yeah.
you have the lamp, so.
Ooh, he's got enough for Zora. So we got Hobo, because we got flippers.
Oh, he's purchasing bombs, though, which
Okay.
is going to cut into his money, but I imagine this won't be too much of a problem. In fact, he is going to go for Hobo, it looks like.
Yep, and he did finally see that magic hammer on Hylia Island since he did not check it earlier.
Ah,
He may also be thinking about heading through the Hyrule Castle escape area and using bomb strats to get through. There's quite a few items that he can check there as well.
oh, so he hasn't done escape. Okay.
Nope.
Oh, Maniacal not heading up to the Zora area. That does make sense because you're short on cash. I'm guessing this is an escape play.
Looks to be.
All
All
right,
right.
so Maniacal finds a big 20 at the old man, which is halfway back to Zora money.
Yeah, I was about to say halfway, almost there.
And a
Ooh,
sword.
nice play. That was a good choice. My frames, says chat.
Yeah, the additional sword. So a lot of people are like, "Yeah, sword. I need a sword. Let's get a sword." The problem is that gets you one step closer to Aghanim access. If we get cape or another sword, we have it. And without an additional glove, we may have to head that direction.
All right, the map. So I do believe that when he checked the back of escape, well, yeah, he's got an extra key. So there is an item at the Dark Cross room.
Right.
And with
And
lamp,
luckily, he'll be able to see it.
exactly. It's always frustrating when somebody sequence breaks to the Dark Cross room in the sewers of Hyrule Castle here, and they pick up something like, I don't know, gravity suit. And you can't tell because the Super Metroid icons don't pop up highlighted in color in the dark rooms. So,
I mean, the thing is, they can't tell either, so they have to go
yeah.
back to Super Metroid and be like,
Wait, what did I get?
wait, did I check anything? All right, so Maniacal finishing off the escape gets yet another super missile. I mean, we're just loaded on super missiles at this point. And we're going for Dark Cross.
Having a sword makes it so much easier to get through the escape sewers because it's never fun to just have to like get bodied by snakes and rats everywhere.
just a bunch of bombs, but I mean, I'm not going to say no to 10 free bombs.
Yeah, heck no. Don't have to spend 50 rupees on that next time, Maniacal.
All right, so Maniacal picking up yet another bomb because hey, why not?
Right. So now at 24, I don't think he'll be buying anymore. But he's also back over 500 rupees, so this could be the Zora play.
Yeah, I imagine that's what we're looking at here. Piece of heart and boots. There we
Oh,
go.
they are!
That is our morph ball access, and I imagine Maniacal will be getting over there as soon as physically possible.
Nice. All right, so we assumed that boots would be prettier.
Yep. So I imagine, Maniacal will probably go get the morph ball off of the library, maybe check Bonk Rocks while he's at it, and then head
Yep.
back into Super Metroid just right away. Now,
Yeah.
where he does so, I'm not sure, because I might go up Death Mountain and go in at Business Center.
Exactly.
And-
Get the extra
and just go
save
to
point
Crate.
and Link to the Past, as well as not having to go back and check everything through Green Brinstar again that you've already kind of looked at. And again, everybody in chat pointing out the irony of picking up bombs from from Zora after he spent the money that he could have not spent to then just go to Zora and get bombs to start with.
That is a significantly worse exchange rate, I'm gonna
Yes.
say. All right, so it looks like Maniacal is just gonna go up to Death Mountain now, before picking up his morph ball. So
Yeah.
that might make it more likely that after the morph ball, he just goes back to the ship. But we'll see.
Right. Pick up morph. I marked it on the tracker because I was just super excited. I'm silly. But grab the morph ball, save and quit, do the hard reset to just end up right back at at Criteria on Samus's ship.
All right, piece of heart at the old man. And Maniacal will be checking out a few other odds and ends here. Basically, we have access to. We can see what's on top of Spectacle Rock, and of course, we can see the contents within. The bow!
Yeah, that's definitely something that you'll want to go pick up. It's a shame that he didn't check that before going into Eastern, because could have finished that out.
I mean, yeah. It's just kind of unlikely that you'd necessarily come up here
Yeah,
for just
true.
that.
True.
Though, I mean, I probably would because I do dumb things all the time. Um,
All right, he's gonna go finish Eastern before going into Super Metroid.
yeah, that does make a whole lot of sense. It's a pretty fast thing that you got to do anyway. The only way to really make it faster is to have the mirror and be doing pod, and there's no real point in waiting that out.
Right. All right, so we'll see Maniacal just head straight back to the Armos Knights. Silver Arrow is going to make it super quick, just 1 arrow required per knight. And then we will hopefully be heading over to pick up the Morph Ball, I guess, depending on what he finds from Armos Knights. I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine best case scenario item, of course, would be the Titan's Mitts.
Right. Magic Cape for Aga access?
Gross. I mean, we can get the Morph Ball, so there's a lot more we can check with that. We can get Titans. We could easily find Titan's Mitts and Moon Pearl over in, like, Green Hill Zone or something.
True. Ooh, somebody in chat pointing out that Varia would be a really good item to find on Armos Knights. Then that's a very good point. Amazing. Ampharos also pointing out Flute would be a great pickup to kind of route in activation and also picking up Morph Ball. Very nice. Mirror!
Okay. Well, now we're in business.
Wow, I just need that Moon Pearl and Aga access or Titan's Mitts to get that hammer.
All right, so we could easily see Maniacal just make the play to Hera right now. I don't necessarily know if that's going to be the case, but maybe.
Well, looks to be what he's doing.
I mean, he could be going into, like, Kraid here, for all I know.
Yeah, but he can't do Kraid without Morph. So, probably not
yeah,
doing
he didn't
Kraid.
go for Morph. Yeah, you're right.
No.
I keep forgetting he hasn't gone to pick up the Morph Ball that he has access to.
Maniacal. Sometimes I always think I totally have access to Kraid because I can shoot all of those super missile blocks with multiple super missiles. So I don't have to have Morph, but then I'm like, dang it, there is that one area that you have to go through the Morph.
So, looks like our other pendant is Misery Mire.
As well as, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Turtle Rock might have been our crystal number 5.
Yep.
So we are going to need to find that all-elusive ice rod. Whoa! Somebody mentioned Varia suit a minute ago.
Well. That's like God vision to be able to think, let's go to Meyer, or let's go to Hera first and see what we get before.
Second chest. That's interesting.
All right, so he's gonna go grab the Morph Ball now. All right, so where does somebody go from here? Obviously straight to Metroid, but do you go back through Brinstar, down through Red Tower? Do you head towards Wreck Ship with Space Jump?
Like, my brain feels like Wreck Ship might be the play, but I could be wrong. He's heading off to Criteria Power Bombs here.
Yeah.
Which makes plenty of sense. It's right out in the open.
Right, it's right here.
And he could go back through Gauntlet to get the other 2 items at the other end, which we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, a lot of people like to check that early, but with Morph Ball being little bit later in this than when Maniacal first went through. Looks like he's gonna probably check it from the back and then decide if he wants to go back in later.
And now we're gonna see the bomb chorizo check here.
And just keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that this chorizo will not activate because we have not picked up the morph bombs yet. All right, so
okay, well, he's holding bombs.
Yeah,
that's what he's supposed to hold, right? Yeah, the 99 energy going into wreck ship is pretty awful, though. Now that you mention it, there's that Alcatraz jump on the second try. I think I've managed to do that once in my life.
I think the couple times that I've had to do it, it took me a good amount of time to do it.
Alright, so there is Maniacal heading up. Nothing really to write home about at the end of Gauntlet, so pretty good call on his part to leave that alone. You know, it did not ever occur to me to use the thing called angling down to shoot those guys.
Yeah. It's a thing a lot of people who have come to the combo randomizer from Link to the Past don't really think about, just because they're not used to the up and down angle of being able to shoot. So
alright, so here's our good old mock ball trick to get the early supers items. Plus 10 arrows, we've got missiles, and a bug net.
Agus swag. Though, of course, Aga's still not in logic without another sword or the magic cape, so.
Alright, so can we get an energy tank already? That's what I'm thinking right now.
There's going to be like 3 in Edecoons.
That sounds about right. Now, our power bomb count right now is 10 total. So, I know I like to... Hey, speaking of bombs... there is our Morph Ball bombs, which if we didn't have Space Jump could be used to get some nice mobility. But Space Jump basically takes care of all of that.
It also makes it so we don't have to worry about picking up any more power bomb packs, simply because you don't need more than 10 total power bombs to get through the game. Having morph bombs makes it so that you don't have to use your power bombs just to simply, you know, get over a little hill or do anything extraneous to break through bombable blocks.
Yeah, but I mean, you can.
Yeah, and why not? Because it just looks cool.
I'm not saying I used way too many power bombs in my match earlier today, but I might have.
Sometimes you just forget when you start without morph bombs, and you just kind of get used to using power bombs.
Alright, so we got the blue boomerang at the top of the Edecoons section, and Maniacal will be heading back to the pink Brinstar area for additional items. Now, this time we'll be able to check the actual Mission Impossible room, as well as Spospo and the wave skip room, etc., and the charge beam item.
Alright, so with this early spore spawn skip, I don't know how to actually set it up or line it up. I feel like every time I've watched you lately, Dr. Bob, that you get it first try. I just like to stand there and randomly shoot and hope that I get it because I'm bad.
Yeah, I actually learned the lineup from that from Maniacal. I watched his tutorial on this, and he I learned one of the lineups from that, and just used the moonwalk
Little wiggly
to get
squiggly.
lined up
Ah,
there.
yeah. Nice. All right, so Maniacal gonna show us the wave gate glitch. Gets it first try, as he normally does. It's a lot easier with high jump boots. So,
Right. I was gonna say, high jump boots make a difference. Yeah, without the high jump boots, you've got to sort of get yourself into the door and then out of the door, just so you can get enough height, get yourself lined up.
all right, so we're gonna check the charge location. Today it is a single rupee. $1 for all your effort,
Well, I mean, that's some kind of charge.
I would say.
Gonna charge you for picking it up, basically.
Transaction fees are higher than that.
Hey, power bombs additionally at the pipe missiles. And we'll head back over to Blue Brinstar for plenty more items. This is the good old-fashioned first loop.
Hey, I'm eating!
Oh my. At least we can finally survive for half a second. Nigel just leaving those missiles behind.
Yep, construction zone here. And then we have the alpha. I can never remember the name. Is it alpha power bombs?
I think it's Alpha Missiles.
Yes,
Alpha Power Bombs are over at Red Tower.
Yeah, Red Tower. Yep. And then we also have Billy Mays, of course. Hey, look, 50 rupees that he spent on bombs. Maniacal. I know he's gonna watch this back, so I gotta give him a little bit of grief about it.
There we go. It's a little tricky there to get the screw attack to operate on that particular location. Going up the shaft there. We got
Billy Mays.
Powder. Hello.
Ooh, nice find.
All right, so powder means that you can actually start playing the game. That's how it works.
All right, so we've seen already the item at Old Mother Brain, but we can check the escape shaft power bomb area that normally would require the speed booster. We can at least see what the item is. And then I suspect that Maniacal will probably head towards Red Tower and possibly wrecked ship.
Yeah, with an additional energy tank, I feel like Maniacal has the skill to make it through wrecked ship, but who knows? All right, few wall jumps to get to the top of this shaft, and what do we have? A potion.
Red mail?
Oh,
a potion. Okay.
Yeah, it looked like a potion in a bottle, and I couldn't tell you what color it is, not because it didn't look like a certain color, but because I'm pretty sure in the palette in that room, it's going to be that color no matter what.
Yeah, even if it's green. It might be green color if it's blue, but I don't know. Sometimes you pick up a green potion in Super Metroid, but it's red colored, so then it's like, wait, what?
All right, we head to final missiles. I didn't realize you could drop the bomb way at the front. and hit all of them.
Yeah.
Power bombs have a bigger radius than I think they do.
Yes. I think it's like a full tile beyond the actual screen display.
All right, so that is Maniacal finishing out the first main loop for Super Metroid. That is generally uh, the order in which things are done here, and we'll set up this trip over to the east side.
Now, does he head straight to Wreck Ship? Looks like
Looks
it.
like it.
All right.
All right, so there are a couple of items he can get to.
Oh,
Oh
he
no,
made a
he's just
liar out of
checking the
us.
missiles. Just checking the mode item, it looks like. Yeah, a little more health before taking on Phantoon. I would not begrudge anyone more health before taking on Phantoon. Varia suit makes it a little easier, but still, just 199 health. Those fireballs are going to deal 20 damage apiece. That gives you 10 hits before you're dead. There we go. Blue mail for Maniacal over at Beta Power Bombs. And the Wave Beam. So the Wave Beam puts Crocomire in logic.
All right, so no Wreck Ship for now.
I'm told you should always bet on Croc. That's what I've been told.
That's what I hear as well.
And we can officially go to X-Ray. Made significantly easier by the presence of the space jump and the screw attack.
Yeah. Having morph bombs does already put this in logic, I think. Is it logic? I don't know. With only one E-tank, I feel like that's a little spotty.
Just
Hey,
50
Maniacal!
rupees.
It's another 50 rupees, in case you need more bombs.
Okay, buying bombs there was not the worst play.
No, you're right. Of course not. All right, so we got the Spazer item coming up and then probably heading directly towards Kraid, I would assume.
Yeah, getting Kraid taken care of seems like a pretty solid play. Bombos!
Ooh.
Bombos, of course, useful for possibly 2 dungeon entrances, and of course, could be your only means to access Ice Palace.
So potentially 3 dungeon entrances.
Essentially, yes. And over we go to Kraid.
3 items available from finishing up Kraid. You get the Kraid missiles, the item behind Kraid, and the Kraid E-tank. Yeah,
Whoa!
you're gonna want that.
We've got our swag duck call. So the flute found over next to, or at the Kraid missiles, as you so as you say, and now we head through Crade Hallway. I'm going to get to see somebody do this who knows what they're doing. Wow.
Nicely done.
I don't even know. All right. That just basically took all of my assumptions about how you're supposed to do that and just completely turned them on its head. So I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like missile to stun him, and then you like hip hop up and down and shoot him in the actual mouth with 4 supers, but I can never get it. I think I've hit him like twice ever in the mouth, and that's it. And I'm still just like, well, better luck next time.
A reserve tank where
Oh.
there's usually a energy tank.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised that he picked up the reserve tank simply because we have been so short on regular energy tanks that it's nice to have as a backup just in case anything happens.
Yeah. All right, so Maniacal will now be heading down toward the business center. Let's see what we can find here. We could head over to Ice Beam real quick. Looks like we're heading to High Jump Boots first. Super Missile. Looks like 20 rupees. And at the High Jump Boots themselves, just a missile.
Fortunately, we have a lot of barking dogs. A lot of other locations available in Upper Norfair.
Oh! Crocomire Escape showing us the single arrow of destiny. And another little mock trick here. Apparently you can do that after passing the first gate. Good to know. Alright, so Maniacal showing us Ice Beam. More super missiles. I wonder if Maniacal has enough super missiles.
I mean, at least for Ridley, for sure, but maybe not yet for Mother Brain.
I think his total is approaching 60.
45 now, I think.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
All right, Crumble Tower today is arrow capacity. Womp womp. Though I do still agree with Technomegas in chat saying the correct number of super missiles is not enough.
All right. So Maniacal looks like he will be heading over to Bubble Mountain and begin the Upper Norfair checks. The Cathedral missiles. Hey, Tempered Sword.
Ooh.
Or Master Sword, excuse me.
It always kind of looks like Tempered
words.
Sword.
I only say that because it was Tempered Sword earlier today.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Wasn't it Spring Ball for you, or was that a different match?
No, it was Tempered Sword for me.
Oh, okay. Right.
All right. So Maniacal checks the lower right item for half a second, and then there's 10 arrows. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It was literally in the process
Yeah.
of being checked.
Good job, AA. That's true. Nice pun.
And a whole lot of garbage over at Norfair Reserve.
So chat is pointing out that having picked up the Master Sword, that does put Aga 1 in play. We still do need the Moon Pearl. Moon Pearl. But that could be anywhere here in Super Metroid,
Very true.
including Lower Norfair.
I'm thinking Plasma Beam.
Plasma Beam in Lower Norfair?
No,
Or
I
here
mean
it's Speed
Moon
Booster.
Pearl at Plasma Beam.
Oh, yeah, that would be really fun. I guess Morph Ball wasn't as much of a troll as we kind of thought it would be.
Yeah, we could have a checkerboard situation, that's true. Nigel's taking the time to fill up his reserve tanks because
Yeah,
he's got 2 of those.
he is at least 50 supers so far because he's at 46 currently. So
Alright, so now Maniacal heading over to the wave beam spot. The use of the space jump means he doesn't have to deal with these platforms, which are apparently Satan. Hey, another E-Tank. Alright, now we're even.
nice. There we go.
Alright, looks like Maniacal is heading to Crocomire area. You can get to checkerboard without Titans in this if you go through Lower Norfair. And if we get the gravity suit, that becomes in logic.
And I guess he's gonna bet on Croc.
Yep. Oh, I see what he's doing. He was trying to get a normal missile and a super missile in the time frame there. That makes plenty of sense. All right, behind Croc, we got a heart piece.
So Crackermire is 5 items, starting with this heart piece, and we have the super pack just behind his door here, the cosine room, Indiana Jones, and Grapple.
Yeah. At now the space jump means that none of those will be at all difficult to reach.
Right. And I guess technically you could say it is 6 items because of the Crockermire Green Gate exit that has that single vampire skewer that we will probably not see him go pick up, but if anything, he'll head directly to Lower Norfair and probably just wall jump his way up and do a lava dive.
I imagine a lava dive might be in our future.
Indeed. Unless we find gravity here, then we'll just head straight through as normal. Cosine. It's just a pack of peeps.
just missiles at the Indiana Jones location, and we head over to Grapple Beam actual location.
For 20 rupees. Hey, that's halfway towards... No, I'm just kidding.
Where were the silvers anyway?
I think they were in the bottom of the well, or Blind's Hut, or not Blind's Hut, because that was Screw Attack and Ether. I think it was Blind's Hut. I mean, bottom of the well. Dang it.
Looks like Crocomire not living up to its previous reputation as the treasure trove du jour. Alright, this does look like we're heading over to do the lava dive. So I hope you like your bounty hunter's toasty.
I mean, it's wintertime. She's just taking a quick dip in the hot tub.
So the high jump boots make this significantly more possible.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's alright. He can Crystal Flash once he gets out of here if he needs to.
How exactly do you do that again?
It's a combination of having 11 power bombs and 10 missiles and 10 super missiles, and then you have to morph, shoot down, and lay a power bomb all at the same time or something. I've only ever done it like twice in my whole life, so I can't remember exactly the way that you're supposed to do it.
Something like holding L and R and doing the power bomb or something at the same
and
time.
shooting
That's
down
the thing.
and yeah.
A bunch of people in the chat earlier were like, Bob, do a crystal flash. And I'm like, I don't know how to do a crystal flash.
I don't know how to do that. L and R and down with a power bomb. Oh, less than 50 energy too. Thank you, Stargazer, for reminding me of that. All right, so I do want to point out, just for anybody else who decides to come and play this, if you come to this Chozo, where Maniacal just lowered the acid there, and you do not have space jump, that Chozo won't want to talk to you. It only talks to people who have space jump.
There's our spring ball.
Yes.
And it's time to just flood the gold chorizo with as many super missiles as you can throw at it.
Yeah, and even if you run out, you are able to shoot the little yellow projectiles that he kind of like vomits out of his mouth to pick up additional ammo, just in case you need it.
And the fire rod at Screw Attack.
Nice. And Ether for Meyer, so we have that.
And Maniacal is a bunny.
A bunny.
Checking Super Bunny Cave.
Well, is this Super Bunny Cave? Because it's usually just Checkerboard Cave.
That's what I meant to say.
This is the Super Bunny.
And looks like Maniacal's gonna go to Agina's cave, which I guess we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we have not yet seen this. All right. Ooh.
Mushroom. Now you're just trolling.
Mushroom. Oops.
So now with the mushroom still mushroom found, that gives us access to that one item. If we found the cane of Samaria, we could use it to do the fake powder, but we already have the real powder, so it doesn't matter. Alright, and Maniacal does get the Super Bunny glitch inside the Meyer shed. That's why I was thinking Super Bunny. Because I
Yeah.
thought he'd come over here. And I guess we might check Desert as well. I'm pretty sure we can clear Desert no matter what its configuration at this point. We've got the boots and we've got the fire rod, so we're good.
Ooh, Boots Lock Desert. It's a good thing we have that already. Be really hard to get here without it, but
Pretty true. Seeing as the boots were locking the morph ball. Alright, another small key in the big chest. Means Maniacal can go ahead and just clear out the right-hand side and then mirror out to go fight Landmolas. ₹20 over here on the right-hand side, and the second item is a
ooh,
heart container.
nice. So we can go to the back and finish up the boss at least.
Yes, we will not get any special items other than that one crystal, but that is
Glorious, glorious
fine.
crystal. All right, and opting to go with the lantern to light the torches, which is nice.
Yeah, I imagine that it signals his intent to use the fire rod to kill Landmolas. Nope, he changed his mind going for silvers. Well, we know where the hammer is.
Yeah. Still need that moon pearl and another glove lift access upgrade or to kill Aga.
I think you can do like a weird surfing bunny kind of thing to actually get that item. But I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. All right. So from here, he could go finish up Ridley at least, even with the only couple E-tanks that he has. I know Maniacal's capable of finishing that up, but instead we will go to Aga.
Mm,
I don't know what else he can do in the light world.
oh, he's going to turn in the mushroom.
Yeah, not a bad play. We don't have Cane of Samaria, so no reason to even think about keeping it for fake powder. We also have powder, so I guess that helps.
Yep. Now we can't actually access the magic bat at the moment.
True dat. See, I was about to say, when somebody spends this much time trying to set up a sword dash or something, I just feel like it's with regular boots, it would be faster just to dash.
All right, there is 10 arrows for the mushroom turn-in. Let's see where Maniacal goes next. Oh, you know what I think he's doing? I think he's just going back to Lower Norfair now. Like, he left his portal in a place that
Yeah?
was accessible on
Not a
purpose.
bad play.
That explains what I was thinking. I was like, why is he moving in front of Agina's cave to do this? And then that answers it. It's like he's going back to the portal.
Yeah. And taking the water portal instead of having to like run all the way back or using the flute. The flute would have been okay because you can just kind of dash from desert 2 to 6, but I feel like that might have been faster than walking the whole way there. Has
Who
he
knows?
activated his flute?
He has not at the moment. I
Yeah,
imagine
that
he
makes
will
sense.
soon.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're heading out of Gold Chorizo's room. This room, particularly good for farming super missiles, as these red rippers here are basically guaranteed to drop them.
Yep. And since he only had like 1 or 2 when he came in here, we'll definitely see him do that for a little while.
Yeah, he will want a bare minimum of 30 of those for Ridley.
I would say 35
And,
just because you're going to need a couple to get there, but
yeah. I was going to say 30, bare minimum of 30 for Ridley himself. And that's if you never miss. Which, let's be fair, he's probably not going to miss. But at the same time, I wouldn't, I wouldn't risk it if I was me.
yeah, for sure. I would hate to come here without charge, just in case I did miss, because I suck at this game.
Alright, so Maniacal heading through the pillar room and into the worst room in the game with a nice wall jump, space jump combo. Heading over to the Heart of Norfair, aka Mickey Mouse. Just a big 20 there.
Really, really nice to have space jump and screw attack for the amphitheater room there. Makes it a lot easier.
And Maniacal heading down to Ridley. Couple very nice screw attacks through those hopper
Discigos.
I am never going to remember that name. Just say Tuskegee? I don't...
Discigos.
Somebody gonna have to spell that one for me.
I don't know that will actually help. Yeah, you could just say the Lower Norfair, the Lower Norfair hoppers.
Big blue hoppin' dudes.
The blue and pink ones.
But yes, we've got the metal pirates there, and Maniacal is happy with his current health and super missile count. 31 super missiles, which gives you 1 of leeway, and of course, you can always just use normal missiles to make up the difference. Which he's going to fire off those first. I imagine because they just fire quicker. Okay, now we're in the excellent pogo spot. And I think he's dead. Or close. Whoa, that's a hook shot. Maniacal almost left
Wow.
thinking it was the arrow, I think.
Yeah, with the green handle instead of the red one, it's always kind of like, wait, what? Wait, what did I just?
So that hook shot is still technically out of logic until we find either the gravity suit or the Titan's mitts, I think.
Oh, Metroid MST correcting me. Deskigas is Deskigas. The name of
Okay.
those little blue side hoppers. I was thinking it was
Name I will
he
give my
goes.
second child.
Nice.
And Maniacal now heading down to the lightning bug cave here.
Big 20 in the fire flea room.
That's what I meant to say.
The lightning bug.
I mean, that's what they are to me.
It's true. I mean, that's what they're called normally in real life. Either firefly or lightning bug.
So the reason it's out of logic is because the logic is expecting you to have the gravity suit to go through the entrance to Lower Norfair, or the Titan's mitts to reach the Misery Mire area so that you can head into Lower Norfair.
All right, Hoda Ruby missiles here holding just the other E-tank that we've been looking for.
Now, there are certain versions of the logic where this would not be out of logic.
So, does even with Misery Mire access behind Titan's mitts, would it still not require gravity suit because of the cathedral or the amphitheater room, in case you don't have space jump to get through that?
You don't need space jump to get through
High
the
jump,
amphitheater room.
right? High jump.
You could do it with normal. There's just platforms.
Yeah, but you gotta like
Like,
wall jump off the platforms, and it's scary, and there's acid and space pirates, and it makes me want to cry.
I know.
You did very well earlier.
Like, I was. Well, the thing is, I only learned last night that you can do that without space jump.
Yeah.
I was doing a practice seed, and I got a seed where I never found space jump until Ganon's Tower. And I was like, wait, I haven't done infinite bomb jumps in months. So I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got that practice seed.
Nice. Okay, so from here, do we go to Aga yet, or are we just heading to wreck ship, or?
Well, we will see. I think Maniacal was trying to go back to Zelda, instead went over to Ice Beam. Oh, he's gonna go use the hook shot is what he's gonna do.
No, not bad. Paradox Cave is 7 items plus Spiral Cave, and it's a good check.
Yeah, so what Maniacal could do is if he finds Ice Beam, he could consider himself in Super Metroid Go mode because I'm pretty sure he's capable of doing Suitless Meridia.
Yeah, but nobody really likes to do that unless they have Gravity Beam or another way to get out of Dragon's room without having to do an X-ray climb, as we found out last night. Feels bad, man.
He would also need X-ray if he wanted to do an X-ray climb.
True. Yeah, I was thinking they had that. I always call it Gravity Beam. I don't.
Speaking of Gravity
all right.
Beam,
Gravity Suit, Gravity
Yes.
Beam.
there's the Gravity Suit, which means, and the X-ray. So there you go.
And the Quack Medallion. That's all 3.
So what that means is that we know that the Titan's mitts are not going to be behind that hook shot.
Right. So Titan's Mitts could be at Wreck Ship.
Yeah, in fact, I would expect that at this point.
Yep. There's not very many other places that it could be currently.
Either that or like Speed Booster is over there, and then like it's over at Waterway.
Waterway. Yay. Hammer is at Lake Hylia Island. So we know that Hammer is locked behind Moon Pearl, Flippers, and Mirror. I mean, Moon Pearl being our Dark World access, of course, we would need to get there.
So now I think Maniacal is going to have very, very little trouble with Phantoon.
Yes.
Even I would feel okay about Phantoon with this particular setup.
I wouldn't mind having another E-Tank or 2, but yeah, it would be all right.
With Gravity Suit, you're only taking 10 damage per hit anyway, so
I take a lot of hits in Phantoon.
there is that.
Hey!
Actually Tempered Sword this time.
It is red.
Maniacal should 5 Super Phantoon out of pity. I mean, the thing is, if you 5 Super Phantoon here, you can still, like, just screw attack and space jump through the enrage phases and never take any damage.
Of course, I think that's why they suggested it, but... Ooh, nice fast phase to start. And then again. Almost. Okay, so that was a really good Phantoon fight. Very nicely done.
Very nice.
But I do have to say that growing up through my whole childhood, I always thought it was Phantoom with an M because it's like Phantom, but you just add an extra O in it instead of Phantoon. I don't know. Am I weird?
Well, to be fair, it could actually be meant to be that because
A phantom balloon?
because in the Japanese, the N and M sound at the end of a word are the same.
Yeah, I feel like it's always been Phantom with a double O. Phantoom. But it's just, yeah. I'm the only one who ever thought that, apparently, once I started actually getting into speed gaming and running and stuff, that I was like, what's Phantoon? But I guess it kind of makes sense to be like a phantom balloon. So then it's like Phantoon.
I prefer dead Argus.
Yeah. It's Argus's revived ghost come back to haunt us all. But anyways, just a couple rupees here so far in the items after uh, reviving the wreck ship. I'm gonna check the E-tank here at the Chozo.
After heading through the spiky room of spiky death, spiking.
Less scary or deathly with the items that he has so far.
Hey, Moon
Oh,
Pearl at spiky death. There we
yeah,
go.
I think we called that by saying Moon Pearl has to be here, but he may actually just straight up dip out of wreck ship from here. I'm curious to see if he stays to check attic, bowling, and the gravity location.
Oh yeah, I imagine he's gonna stick around. There's this whole the whole like Titan's Mitts thing we still need to find.
Yeah, we also need Canis Mari and Ice Rod. All right, he's gonna stick it out. We're gonna keep seeing some more wreck ship.
So I imagine we will probably take a look at the reserve item, which is generally locked by the speed booster.
Yeah,
I think that's where Techno is getting his half an item from.
I see. He didn't check the drowned lake item before he went over to wreck ship, right?
I believe he did.
Oh, I must have missed that.
The one in the bottom left corner? Yeah, he got that.
Okay.
It was missile.
Good that I didn't miss anything cool.
Alright, so yeah, Maniacal is going to go take a look at the um, reserve item.
Boingy ball, boingy ball. Ah,
Just missiles. Good old spring ball. Getting us out of there. We'll get some space jumps up to the sky item.
missiles in the sky are missiles in the sky. Ooh, yeah.
Another E-tank, and Maniacal's going for it.
Oh, makes it out. Nice. Spring ball definitely helps with that.
Save you a super missile that way. And we head over to Chozo Bowling.
And just while we are in the moment here waiting for this to go through, I'm going to quickly shout out our runners, Maniacal42 and Lenophis. Make sure you guys pop over, give their channels a follow, as well as Dr. Bob Tastic. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Appreciate it very much.
No problem.
And tomorrow we start off at 2:30 p.m. with our next race, Breakdown versus Pika Pals. So join us tomorrow for another SMZ3 race.
All right. Maniacal just blowing through his missiles here, and the Butter Sword is here.
Well,
Seems pretty good. Now, right now, it is still looking like Aghanim might be required, which is just dumb.
yeah, it is pretty rough. Having picked up Butter Sword or Gold Sword, though, makes Aga 1 just, like, absolutely trivial. It will be, like, maybe 2 minutes of time spent going through.
Oh
And he does
yeah,
have gravity.
yeah. Gravity suit does get us access to. Well,
Man.
he would need ice beam or speed.
Speed booster, yeah, that's true. Can't get past Botwoon without either of those. Nice moonfall, quick fall through the platforms there.
But I wouldn't be surprised actually to see him go for part of Meridia here, just because he's got the items for it. Yeah, he's got the power bombs out. This is happening. All right, let's go take a look at Main Street missiles. Just 10 arrows. Next door, another E-tank. Doesn't look like Maniacal's going to go out of his way for that one. Seems like he might be comfortable with this amount.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he'll probably be thinking he'll find plenty more through Link to the Past, as well as his continued passage through Super Metroid here. So he's gonna want at least 7 if he wants to try for stand-up glitch, but he's gonna need charge beam for that.
So 50 rupees there. Still no... there's still plenty of things we can check before having to get through Botwoon. So
Yeah.
maybe we can find either an ice beam or a speed booster. Oh, he's going for the energy tank now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if he picked it up later, but definitely not going to have to pick it up.
And so Maniacal showing off one of the features of space jump in water, in that you could just fire it off like super fast.
Yeah, and you don't normally have space jump in this part of Meridia because you would normally get it after you fight Dragon. So you're expected to have grapple beam and to kind of go through these areas without it, but makes it a lot faster to clear through it. All right, so nothing at Sandy Beaches or in the Wishing Well today, so only a couple more locations that are really open for Ice Beam or Speed Booster.
And I'm actually thinking that the mitts and stuff can't be over here.
Right, because we're still
Because
out of logic.
Gravity was in the Paradox Cave,
Paradox
which was locked
Cave.
behind the hookshot.
Hookshot. Yep.
So where could that silly thing be?
Like,
Pyramid.
because you could have gotten to Wreck Ship. So Wreck Ship's been open for a while. So anything behind Moon Pearl, pretty much Pod. Well, anything behind Moon Pearl and Aga, I should say, because Aga 1 at this point would still, in logic, be required. Because we shouldn't have Gravity Suit right now.
Yeah, that's true. Looks like Maniacal's about to try a snail clip.
First try.
Nails it.
Snailed it. Sorry. That was pretty bad.
All right, 20 rupees on the left side of the left sandpit and a piece of heart. I didn't actually see Maniacal do this save, so I was worried.
Yeah, he saved and then did the snow clip and checked the right side. So
And he doesn't really need the items he got at the snail clip, so a shovel. Oh, and Maniacal's just leaving it behind. Interesting play. All right. Well, let's see what sort of wizardry he can pull off in here, because I'm not entirely certain he can do anything in here. Okay. I'm not crazy. Oh, is that what he's doing? Setting up for a crystal flash clip?
I don't think that he's setting up for that.
I mean, he needs like more missiles and stuff. To
Yeah,
pull it off.
I guess that's true.
Like, from the look of it, it might be that he needs to do it twice.
Whoa, Leno's back! And he at least has
Also
Varia.
bought wound ammo.
Yay!
All right, so Leno has graced us with his presence once again. Looks like he has recently escaped Crocomire. All right, well, let's see what Maniacal is about to do here.
And of course, we've already seen Crocomire, so we know that it's a bust there.
He's going to intentionally take a little more damage here, get himself below 50 energy, as the case may be. He's going to put it back on so that he can nail it, and there we go. 25 energy, which is just the right amount for the crystal flash. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so if he's got hookshot, then he's killed Ridley. And he's about to get gravity.
I am not entirely certain how this is supposed to work, but I don't think it's working the way Maniacal wants it to. So you have to be where the power bomb was, I guess, when it's about to go off, so that it thinks you laid it right there for the crystal flash.
And it looks like Leno's also got Butter Sword, so
Yeah, he's been in over this area as well.
yeah. So I think he's at least gotten Kraid and Ridley and Phantoon.
And it looks like Maniacal is out of bombs, or has run out for that particular case.
It's very close. It's a super tricky thing to try to get. And I think that I think that at this point he's going to probably just abandon it. At this point, I think that it's probably better for him and faster for him to just go do Aga. With Butter Sword, like I said, it's going to be super quick.
Yeah, so he's going back for the shovel, which is good. I think the clip, basically the idea is the crystal flash animation will basically lift you up, and it will put you on the top of that platform, which allows you to get over that
Yeah.
spot wound.
All right, so Leno is definitely making a lot of good progress, and we can see that he's still kicking some butt. It could be potentially a very close race. We may not know who wins until either Leno.Duns or Maniacal finishes first. So we'll have to see.
All right, Maniacal doing the dig.
I can dig
Big
it.
20. More like a dig 20.
All right, so from here, what do we have?
Well, Maniacal is activating the flute at the moment.
Just Aga, I think, is really all we've got.
Well, Maniacal has a couple other items that he could check that are sort of out of the way as well. He has not checked Spiral Cave, nor has he checked the rest
Right.
of Hera.
Yeah, true. There's 2 items that we know of so far.
But Aghanim at this point unlocks so many other things. I figure that has to be the play.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Leno has already made this decision and could be quite a bit ahead because of that, and that's maybe why he's only just getting to Paradox Cave from what we've seen.
That is quite
Um,
possible.
I didn't get a look at his inventory to be able to pause and see what other items he has, like maybe Ice Rod in Pod or something like that.
All right, so Maniacal entering the dark maze of Aghanim's Tower. This, of course, basically the one place you want to avoid having to go in any one of these seeds, because it's
Right.
basically just a 3 to 4 minute time sink.
Probably closer to 3 with the item set that they currently have. Silver arrows, butter sword, blue mail. This is going to be easy.
Yeah. The only variance on that, I was saying 3 minutes probably, but the boss fight could make it 4.
True. You're right. How many blue balls will we get? And it is also worthy to note that in the regular Link to the Past randomizer, when two people are playing the same seed, they get the same RNG for Aga 1, Aga 2, and Ganon teleports. But in the combo randomizer, that RNG is random for every single player, regardless of same seed or different seed. So
What?
we may see, yeah, it
See, I
is
was not
not
made
set.
aware of this. I feel like I've been
You've been cheated
and I need a rematch for the whole thing.
the whole tournament.
Run it all back. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, just because I don't know if it's part of like the SRAM that is contained in both games. If there's not a way to properly set that it's
Yeah,
a
that makes
volatile
sense.
memory bank, but I don't know.
That makes sense. I imagine some of the Super Metroid addresses might use the RNG addresses of Link to the Past.
All right, so let's see. The first one will always be a reflective shot. And then the 3 after that could be blue balls. And then the 5th attack is always the lightning strikes, right?
That is correct.
All right, starting
So-
off with 1.
A worst case scenario fight has 15 unfortunate blue projectiles. But that's not going to happen here today because we've already gotten 4 reflectable hits.
All right, so Cardana could win it if he doesn't get any more here. All right, not 4. Let's go XCOM at 6. Aw, 5. Right between the two of them. I'm going to give that to Metroid MST because he had 5 in his number that he guessed.
I counted 2.
Oh, I thought you said there were 4.
No, 4 projectiles that he could hit.
Oh, my bad. I got that backwards.
Yeah, there were only
'Cause I was-
2 blue balls.
Okay, well then Miller B8 wins that. Because he was the closest. I got that backwards because I was like paying attention to the Leno command because people were asking about Leno.
All right,
Now
so
I feel really dumb.
Maniacal is now heading to everyone's favorite island to pick up the hammer.
Straight away. Hammer time.
And, you know, if I'm Maniacal, I'm kind of probably feeling Pod.
Yeah, fully completable. Also, there's Hype Cave. Pod has 6 items? 5? 6?
5.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 items over here in Pod. With some efficient key routing, you can make it pretty quick. But I mean, so far, the Titan's mitts are still locking our hookshot, which is still locking our gravity in the logic. So if you're looking for the Titan's Mitts, you want to go for a place that's, not locked by the hook shot.
Right. At least we know having bow early, even if this is not a small key, we can still progress through.
All right, so we got a small key in the first chest. Second chest coming up. Michael, of course, with the presence of mind to go ahead and blow open that hole.
I always think about the tiles. I'm like, they didn't check the tiles for the hints. And then I'm like, oh, wait, not yet. Soon, TM.
Yeah, that does throw me off. There's a couple of variants right now of Link to the Past Randomizer that I play. This and the Entrance Randomizer, both of which haven't really been based on V30, and so the hint tiles aren't a thing. Also, hint tiles in Entrance would just be weird.
Yeah, I agree. I remember one of Andy's races that I commentated. He checked the first tile in, I guess the only tile in Eastern Palace. It was like, you need a bow to kill the red Igor at the end of the dungeon, dummy. And we gave him no end of razzing when he came in for an interview because of that. I mean, muscle memory. As much as he plays Link to the Past, I don't blame him, but it was still a good laugh.
All right, so Maniacal will now be heading to the back of Pod. This is where the party tends to be. Yet another small key. An energy tank, another small key. That means the room just south of here could have something. Plasma beam.
Still looking for that charge beam, though.
There's Arcane of Burna, which puts that spike cave in logic.
True, since we haven't seen Magic Cape yet. Though, with 12 hearts and a potion, is that not already in logic? I don't remember how that works with Link to
With
the Past.
with the Cane of Burna and hammer and with Cane of Burna, hammer and glove, spike cave is in logic. With the cape, it requires a bottle or half magic.
Okay. And a bottle meaning either a fairy or a potion.
Well, just a bottle because you can put a potion in it.
But a fairy doesn't fill up enough health?
A fairy would also work.
Okay.
It's just the logic is like, okay, you have access to be able to do that. So there you go. So it is a little unfortunate for Maniacal that the big key was in its vanilla chest up front.
Used quite a few extra keys to find that last. But if he's heading straight to Helma, does that mean that he's already found all the items and it's just dungeon items left?
I think he might be one short, but I think he's just banking on Helmasaur having it.
He doesn't have either one,
Nope,
so...
You're right. I was making that up. He has not found the map nor the compass. And so, you are correct. I just hadn't seen his sub-screen. I stand entirely corrected. Alright, so Maniacal now heading over to Helmasaur King.
Nice to get this out of the way, at least, so you don't have to come back to this area already having finished Eastern. Wow, really nice turtle room. So people in chat saying no map, no compass, big chest. Pretty much those are the only two locations he has left. So Helmasaur is not going to give us an item, and we don't need to go back to the big chest because one of each of those will be in one of each of those locations. So
Very true. Now, interestingly enough, with the hammer being picked up on Lake Hylia Island, we can go into Swamp Palace.
yes.
Now, only the front half of Swamp can contain the Titan's Mitts,
Yeah.
because the back half has the hook requires the hook shot. But
Yep.
it would be kind of mean to put the Titan's Mitts there in Swamp.
I mean, there was the other race the other day where they checked I think it was a weekly, and they checked the first chest of Swamp Palace, and that had Titan's Mitts, and that opened up everything else in the seed and made it go mode. It was
Why
pretty
do I
crazy.
feel like I was in that race?
Because I think you might have been. A couple people went there really early. A couple people went there last location.
Alright, so Maniacal will now be checking West Dark World. We've got Thieves Town and Skull Woods
And
as possible
all
locations.
of Village of Outcast. Well,
We can also
I mean,
go look at. We can also go take a look at the Bumper Cave Ledge, although we can't actually grab the item. And we can also do Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb, which is my favorite place to find the Titan's Mitts.
I was about to say, wait, how do you get there? But then with Mirror, that makes sense. But at least this time, if Leno is playing, he will know how to get to King's Tomb without Titan's Mitts. Or no, it was last time he didn't know how to get there without Mirror. I don't remember. Something. He didn't know that you could get to... he didn't know you could get to King's Tomb without Titan's Mitts, I think.
Ooh, yeah, that's potentially a problem. I mean, that's just a matter of experience and kind of learning the logic, because when I started doing this, there were plenty of things I didn't know you could do.
Right. It's little nuances like that, a little tiny maze through a graveyard that can get you through pretty much to go mode, if only you know the little things. And I'm also surprised at Maniacal just now dashing through this last room in this area of Skull Woods, and he still stops just short of that spike. If you dash from the door all the way to the wall, you won't hit that spike, but a lot of people still stop before that spike and move around it. Just curious that he doesn't know that.
Well, now I learned something.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Maniacal using the silver arrows here on the Gibdos. They are super vulnerable to silvers, and not vulnerable at all to normal arrows, which is just weird.
Yeah. that's a nice thing to know. So you can save a little bit of magic before heading into the Mothula fight. Though he did end up picking up a full magic decanter on his way through, so that also really helps.
All right, so gold sword, digitally altered to make it make sense in this fight. In the vanilla version of this game, if you try to do what Maniacal just did, you will do no damage to Mothula.
Yeah, no. Butter sword does nothing.
You can, if you're going to fight Mothula with butter sword, you have to use pokes in vanilla. And that shield, I believe, is the second item. As Maniacal heads out this direction.
Have we seen Bumper Cave yet?
I don't believe so. Doesn't look like Maniacal is interested in that at the moment.
Yeah, definitely more item checks available here. And without Magic Cape, there's really no way to get the item, even if it is something you want.
Alright, Maniacal opening up Thieves' Town and heading inside. 4 items in Thieves' Town and 4 dungeon items. We start with some super missiles because we didn't have enough of those already.
You never know. What if it's Vanilla Titans?
That is entirely possible, as the hammer is not outside of logic. And you know what? I'm dumb.
Oh, what now?
Because if the
I
hammer's
mean, I don't mean to say like what now.
Because the hammer's not outside of logic, you can just go to Hera and go.
You turned into a robot there at the end. Go to Hera and what?
So the Titan's mitts can be anywhere.
You cut out there. Right when you said go to Hera and do what?
So you go to Paradox Cave through Hera, or with the mirror and the hammer, instead of with the hookshot.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I think that kind of makes sense too.
Right. So that means that the hookshot is no longer a logic block.
Right. Of course. That's what I think his name is.
So the Titan's mitt can be anywhere.
Yeah. Taze underscore Gray Cloud or something was talking about that earlier. And he was saying that everything that Maniacal or that Gravity Suit was in logic, because if you went and did Aga and all of that stuff, that it would have been fine. But I was just saying that Maniacal wasn't in logic because he still got gravity outside of logic. Right. So yeah.
So yeah. Thanks, Ekitaze. I was not thinking of your.
Yeah.
I was not thinking of that. But it is good to know. We did get the ice beam here in Thieves' Town up at the front. But yeah, Titan's mitts can be basically anywhere now, so who knows?
Yo.
And we get the small key in the one remaining location it could possibly be in.
Vanilla Titan mitts.
Could be.
I'm gonna die if this is vanilla. Okay,
Nope.
we're good.
What if the heart container and the Titan's myths just switch places, though?
Shh.
I actually don't know what our item count is right now.
Me either. I haven't really paid attention. Alright, so blind fight, 9 hits in total. It doesn't matter which weapon you use. Cane of Burna, Fighter Sword, Butter Sword, Cane of Samaria blocks, Hammer. Still takes 9 hits to finish off the boss.
Yep, and that does exhaust the list, basically, of all the items you can use.
Ooh.
More super missiles on blind. What's blind gonna do with super missiles? He can't even aim them straight. Right, so Ice Beam acquired from Maniacal, which means if he decides to go back over to Dragon, he can at least beat that now. I imagine he can do the Ice Clip just fine.
Yeah.
Another energy tank. Maniacal has not gone to the chess game, so yeah, okay, he's doing it. I was hoping he would remember. And a shield as well, so there is that. All right, it's time for Magic Bat.
We did already turn in mushrooms, so we know that all of this is full circled to a big 20.
All right, so Batman, just the big 20. And Maniacal will be heading south, so he's gonna leave the north locations for later. We're gonna do Digging Game. We're gonna do Grove Ledge or K45. We're gonna do Mr. J.R. Stumpsman and
Hey,
Hype Cave.
Maniacal, you should pick those up and... Okay, wait.
300 rupees at the Digging Game, which is nice. But, you know, at this point, we've got basically all we need. Oh, there's the Ice
Whoa!
Rod in good old K45
Nice
Grove Ledge. That
rod.
thing, which is very nice.
All right, so what's Stumpy got for us today?
Mirror Shield. I mean, if access to Laser Bridge didn't put us directly into Go mode, I'd be like, "Ooh, Laser Bridge is gonna have a thing."
Yeah, still looking for that Candy Cane of Samaria. Candy Cane of Smirnoff?
I don't know about that. I mean,
What is it?
I think they do make a peppermint vodka or something, but how about no?
Well, I'm only saying that because Metroid MST usually calls it Cane of Smirnoff, so it's just a personal shout out.
Oh, I thought you said candy cane of Smirnoff.
I mean, I did say that because I usually call it the candy cane
Okay,
instead of
was
cane
that
of Samaria. But
5
then
straight heart pieces?
I think there was some rupees in between. So it was +5 bomb capacity upgrade
Oh, okay.
to start at the friendly gentleman. Missiles, piece of
And then
heart,
heart piece,
piece of
heart piece,
heart,
heart piece.
piece of heart. Yes.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, it's swamp time.
This is like a really good play because there's quite a few items here. We're still looking for Cane of Samaria. I didn't mark Thieves Town done because I forget that I'm doing these things.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Ms. Metroid is pulling double duty over here with the tracking situation,
Woo,
so
woo.
she's got a higher level of skill at this than I have. I can't even track my own game.
I mean, it's easy when you only have to track 1.2 people.
All right, Maniacal, into Swamp Palace. First eligible chest is Big 20. Oh. Go with
Also,
me on this journey.
yeah, what journey?
Bits on pedestal.
Huh. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Sure. I mean, we don't have book yet, so we don't know. But Misery Mire does not require mitts. Mitts could actually be in Misery Mire too. We do have access to it.
Yeah. You would think you need the mitts for Misery
Yikers.
Mire,
Not in this
but
one.
you don't.
Okay, okay. I can gel with what you're saying here. I mean, I don't know that the runners want to
Of
gel
course
with
not.
that. But chat will love it, of course.
And we would need to find the Cane of Samaria either
The
way.
candy
that
cane
happens.
of Smirnoff.
All right, one map. And Maniacal looks to be heading to the left side of Swamp. Going for the small key first, that way there is literally no chance of flooding it.
Yeah. So Metroid MST says add a shack tool and I'm sold. So does that mean that MST wants grapple on pedestal to then, or yeah, it would have to be grapple. I mean, I guess you could get there without grapple beam.
So here's the plan.
Here's the rub.
Grapple at Sahas Rala,
Okay.
and then Cane of Samaria at Shack Tool,
Okay.
and then Titan's Mitts at Pedestal.
I accept. That would be like the perfect storm, literally.
Apparently, Leno has Grapple Beam somewhere.
Who says that?
Somebody from chat, aka Bulldozer.
What? That's not fair. You're ruining all of our worst wishes for these dear runners.
Well, we did get a big key on the west side, as
Oh,
well as a missile pack.
nice.
Another
Okay.
big key.
Yeah, so it looks like we're definitely find map in the back half of Swamp Palace here.
I think compass, because we
Oh,
talked.
you're right. Yeah. The room below the map, or below the big chest. I forgot about that. I did see that. Yeah, and Grapple could also be the last item in Tower of Hera that we did not see Maniacal pick up after he left from finding Varia there.
Yeah, could also be Spiral
Which,
Cave, which we haven't seen.
yeah, either of those would not be too detrimental. So,
All right, just super missiles and normal missiles. I think we're past 60 now.
yeah, that's Super Metroid Silvers and Super Metroid Arrows for anybody not familiar with Super Metroid ammo.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, Spike Cave is a possibility. That is something we haven't seen from either runner. You could have Titan's Mitts there too. That's another one of my favorite places to have Titan's Mitts.
All right, so Butter Sword Argus, usually pretty quick. One of the best ways to get a single cycle Argus.
Yeah, so with Butter Sword, one thing you can do is just hold the sword out and just fire the hook shot as fast as possible, and it should work. Because pokes will kill them.
And I think it's like a timing thing. Don't you have to start a sword charge but not actually fully charge it for it to really work?
Basically.
Yeah.
All right, so one compass on Argus with a green pendant on the side.
Extra item.
We can go check Sazrala.
But instead it looks like he's heading directly towards Swamp? Or I mean Ice Palace?
Well, he's gonna have a hard time getting into Ice Palace. I think he's heading to Dragon.
Oh, that could be a good play for him too. All right.
Yeah, you don't even need the Ice Beam anymore. You could just go straight to Dragon through the back door.
Yep.
All right, Maniacal getting out of the Meridia portal, checking the bot wound item.
Oh
It's
my
Titan's
god.
Mitts!
No way.
Titan's Mitts at bot wound, which is kind of interesting.
Okay, so that confirms the Agawan required to then get up to Death Mountain to get gravity to then put all of this in logic.
And that sounds about right. As Maniacal heads through this room, which we're not going to talk about.
The Colosseum! The Colosseum is the best. It reminds me of Gladiator.
Okay. All right, it's time for Dragon fight. We are sitting on some super missiles, some missiles. I think that's what we've got to deal with here. As we do not have access to the grapple beam, nor do we have access to charge and plasma. He does have plasma. I think he's got maybe a couple more hits. There we go. Maniacal taking down Dragon. That does it for the Super Metroid boss suite. For Maniacal. The Cane of Samaria at Dragon.
All right, then.
And the cane has been acquired, so now all we're looking for is what? Nothing?
Yeah, pretty much we are in go mode. I think that with their current ammo load, that charge beam would be beneficial, but don't think that it's really required. Definitely a kind of like a lifestyle or like a pick-me-up, but I think we're good.
Yeah, quite unfortunate that there was a Swamp Palace dip before this, which ended up being entirely useless. I mean, we did get more ammo, which makes that more of a useful go mode situation, but still,
Yeah, and there will always be more ammo pickups between what we have to go through in Ice Palace, Turtle Rock, and Ganon's Tower to find the big keys and anything else required to finish the dungeons. That additional ammo will never be, at least in my opinion, a problem to see.
Alright, so Maniacal entering Ice Palace. It does look like he's going to go ahead and check this chest. Turns out to be a compass. I mean, let's be fair. You could stand to have something like, you know, speed booster or...
Yeah. Speed booster would be nice for escape.
Beam.
Makes it better, faster, but... only by about, I think, 30 seconds overall. 15 seconds per room. Well, 10 in the first 20 through the climb, I think. Maybe not even that.
For me, it saves like a minute because I can't climb to save my life.
Me either. I can't wall jump, so that's my problem, is that I'm like slow hopping between all the platforms and escape. It's so bad.
So I had the hardest time wall
Nice
jumping
bomb jump.
until somebody told me that in order to wall jump in Super
You didn't
Metroid,
push the button.
Whoops. In order to wall jump in Super Metroid, you have to forget how to wall jump in every other game.
I guess I've never wall jumped in another game.
So like, yeah, like in most games you would like hold against the wall and hit the jump button and it would make you jump. In this game, you have to spin jump against the wall, then hit the opposite direction, then jump to make the wall jump happen.
But what games besides Metroid have something like that?
Like, all of the later Super Mario games have that.
Oh.
All the Mega Man X games, and they all use the other control scheme for wall jumps. So it's kind of weird.
I mean, I guess I don't really think about Mario wall jumps because I've mostly just played Nintendo 64 Mario, but...
I mean, that's the same thing. He does wall jumps in that too.
Yeah, but you just like, you jump at the wall and then you like kick off of it. You don't have to press a direction.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing with the other Mario jumps. Like,
Yeah.
in other games, you just jump off the wall, basically.
But you were saying that in other games you hold the direction that you want
Well,
or that you're jumping.
yeah. Sorry. All I meant was you go up to the wall and jump that way,
Listen,
and you
I'm
don't
gonna
have to
fight
remember
you.
directions.
Just kidding.
Like you can hold the wall and jump, and it'll be fine. If you don't, but in this, you have to actually actively not be
Change
pressing the wall
direction.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm sure you've heard a million times, and I'm
Yeah.
sure it's a particularly wonderful explanation, but yeah, no.
But you and I also need to talk, or you should discuss with Maniacal about how to jump out of a grapple in the Coliseum room.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, that's just me and you personally talking.
Yeah.
To
I've been told it's just basically jump. I think I tried that, but then I think I didn't. So I don't
well,
know.
I think the weird thing about it in that specific instance of things is that you do actually have to let go of the grapple, but then you jump like almost immediately after you let go, so that the game doesn't think that you're still holding that.
Oh well, that sounds
But
impossible. Anyway.
it's kind of just like you switch from holding the grapple, like your finger rolls off the grapple into the jump, and that's what makes it happen.
Okay.
But
Well, anyways, that's cool. So that being said, let's focus on Maniacal's run here as he
yes,
heads up to Turtle Rock. Looks
Turtle
like.
Rock. And we don't know yet what medallion is going to be required, but he has all three. So we ain't scared. We're just going to go. I actually got that block clip with the hook shot like 2 times the other night. So at this point, I can only assume that Maniacal is opening chests either to gain more ammo just in case he doesn't find charge, or on the hopes that he will find charge and doesn't have to worry about ammo outside of that. So
I
it's
mean,
kind
it's a
of like a
long,
win-win either way.
and it doesn't hurt to go up Turtle Rock or go up to the top of Death Mountain this way. It's not that much slower, and you get 2 checks that might help you.
Well, Dr. Bob, at least you didn't lose because of Coliseum. You still won, so
Yeah, it's fine. I knew I was gonna get that eventually. Like I did the wall jump strats the previous night. I just had a few issues with that.
I don't know how to wall jump from there. Like if I don't have gravity, well, you had gravity. If I don't have space jump, no, you don't have space jump. How do you get there? You have to have grapple to get there
Yeah,
in vanilla,
the
right?
vanilla strats involve that grapple jump, which again I've never actually played the vanilla game all the way through. So
Can you gravity jump out of that room? Anybody in chat know? It's like, can you grab
problem is the
once you get
water
out of
ends
the
halfway
water?
through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so Maniacal now in Turtle Rock, gonna be looking for the big key and some number of small keys. If you can find the big key and 3 small keys, then you're good to go.
Yeah. Ooh, nice burner dash. Big
There's the
key?
big key.
Oh.
I mean, I'll take it. Half magic. Let's
Yeah.
go.
With Golden Sword, you don't really have to worry about half magic because Trinex is already a joke with Golden Sword, but not a bad thing to find.
Yeah, I just don't have enough experience using the grapple beam in general.
Well, even if you have experience using it, it's so weird in the way that it works that it's just like it's not consistent if you're not like super practiced at it. Like I have issues with it. I don't know.
All right, so Maniacal now heading to the uh, over toward the vanilla big key chest. I don't expect him to check it. I expect him to grab the key from the pokey here and steal it and move on.
All right, so Maniacal making the play to grab that key and not check the big key chest, which is an alright
Ooh,
play
not
when
even
you're...
checking the big chest.
Nah, there's pretty much nothing else besides charge and,
Well,
gambling
you
2
still need one more
chests.
key. And
Yeah, but...
if there's a key in the big key chest and a key in the big chest, you just wasted a bunch of time. Also, if there's a key in the big chest, you can skip Laser Bridge. That
Yeah,
always feels
true.
good.
And Corona King 9 in chat just shouting out that Leno is in Turtle Rock. Just picked up Half Magic. His stream popped up again online. It hasn't yet been online enough for Speed Gaming to have picked up this stream because of the delay and everything. It might not refresh or anything, but this is still pretty hype.
Yeah, it looks like this race is pretty close,
It's gonna be
despite
really close.
the lack of visual evidence.
And of course, if it gets close enough that it's down to the wire, a couple seconds matter, then Lenophis will have a local recording. He set this up before he started streaming, that he is recording his gameplay locally on his machine so that if it gets close enough, he will be able to upload that video to YouTube or here on Twitch, and he will be able to proof prove that he completed in a certain time.
And Maniacal did, in fact, get a key on Laser Bridge, so that that big chest
saves
didn't come
the
back
day.
to haunt him.
And Gregor's Worley asking, what is thing 13? So in the combo randomizer, normally you have to beat 7 bosses in Link to the Past to get the 7 crystals to get into Ganon's Tower, plus 4 bosses in Super Metroid to get to Mother Brain to finish Super Metroid, plus Mother Brain and Ganon. So it's just a countdown of all of the bosses between both games. So I think that what
He's on thing 13.
Technomagus...
Does that mean he's beaten Metro?
That's
Mother Brain?
what I'm about to say. Is I think that Lenophis has actually already beaten Mother Brain, so he may have a little bit of a lead.
All right, Maniacal finishing off Trinex for the 7th crystal, and it's time now for everybody's favorite big key game.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
I will as soon as I see the other thing.
So,
see the thing.
22 crystals, or 22 locations in Ganon's Tower where the key can be. Put your guesses in chat, and you two could be added to our leaderboard if you have gone into the if you have put in a subscription or 250 bits or more to one of the Speed Gaming channels. You can be added to the leaderboard. Feel free to play along either way, of course. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of extended time here on the game because Maniacal is checking Hookshot Cave for basically what turns out to be a reserve tank and a missile pack.
Right. And of course, for anybody who in chat is saying a room name, that doesn't necessarily mean that if you guess that room, you're going to To get that answer correctly, you would have to guess the number. Unfortunately, the bot doesn't understand tile room as an answer. So, and I'm just gonna say real quick in chat, I understand that with Lenophis not being able to stream properly here on Speed Gaming, that we would ask that from this point on, no further spoilers be posted in chat, just so that as we get through Maniacal going through, that we can focus on what's happening on the restream from now on. Thanks, I was about to do that.
All right, chest number 1 is an arrow upgrade. Chest number 2 is a small key, and it looks like we're going right. We are not checking tile room, which is fine because I don't have a cape.
You don't have a cape? Do you want a cape? I'll make you a cape of invisibility.
If you had one of those, I would probably use it irresponsibly.
I mean, I can make you one.
No guarantees that it works.
No guarantees that it doesn't cost $2 million, even if it does work. All right. So we're up to 6 chests already. Still no big key.
Alrighty, there is 6 items. Number 7 on the torch. What do we have? It's in a small key.
It's a small key. It's a small.
It's a tiny key.
It's like me. It's small. It's short.
Alright, Maniacal heading into Stolfos' room. That's 8, 9, 10.
Ooh.
Chest number 10 is the big key. Maniacal opening the last chest for some potential value. And there we go.
10 is a good number. I mean, it was one more than I guessed, but... Oh, but still I win! Yes!
Oh boy.
All right, so the Ganon Tower Ascension begins for Maniacal. And again, like I said, anybody who has seen a snippet or is watching Leno's stream directly, please do not spoil anything for the chat. We will call out a winner as we see it in SRL chat, but we want to focus on Maniacal's progress. So we want everything to be hype. No spoilerino, please. And the true gauntlet begins. Silver arrows being a blessing.
Maniacal dealt with the other gauntlet pretty easily. This one will probably take a little more time because we can't space jump through it, sadly.
Right, of course. You can't just walk through it and be like, hello, I kill everything in sight. This is a good example of how trolly the Link to the Past gauntlet can be instead of the Super Metroid gauntlet.
So the thing with the Link to the Past gauntlet is all of these enemies together basically have the greatest amount of RNG in their movement of any enemies in the game. And so it's just like, yeah, sure.
All right, on to Lanmo 2. Maniacal getting the first arrow shot off. Still kills 2. One more hit, yeah. Nice. What is that? 2 rounds? Yeah. Or do you call that 1?
I'd call that 1 cycle with a splash of a second.
I'm never sure if you kill it without a second cycle if that's like a 0 cycle, or if that's like a
I
1
think
cycle?
it's a 1 cycle in this case.
Okay.
There are some things that we call a 0 cycle, because there are specific things that are considered a cycle. So, like with Argus, you get a 0 cycle if he never does his little twirly things with the Argyle.
Spinny, yeah, little, yeah, okay. But I feel like a 0 cycle for Lanmo would be like using Butter Sword to spin right in all 3 of them.
You'd have to spin them and then slash them all again. Because
That's a little too crazy.
well, I mean, I've done it, but I think
I'm
it's
not
still
saying it's
considered a
impossible. I'm
1.
just saying that's crazy.
I think it's still considered a 1 cycle. So on Landmo
Okay,
2, it's
so
actually way easier to do, because if you delay a bit, they'll all spawn at the same time.
like throwing powder on the bunny beam.
Yeah, and maybe delay a little more than that,
Yeah.
and then they'll all spawn at the same time. There is a energy tank at the
Nice.
chest before Moldorm.
Pre-Moldorm 2 being an E-Tank. I can't remember how many Maniacal had the last time he was in Super Metroid, but he forgot to switch to hookshot. Do.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
There's the cape!
Yes, let's go to Bumper Cave!
Hey, we've got Aga access. Oh, wait.
Yeah, oh wait. That's a nice find. I mean, I will not say the cape isn't a bad thing to find in the post Moldorm 2 chest, because you can use cape and you can use it very efficiently in Ganon, especially through phase 2, because if you just stand next to Ganon while he's got his fire bat spinning and you continuously slash at him, when you're sword slashing, the cape drains less magic. So you actually can effectively use the magic cape to go through Ganon phase 2 in a way that you're avoiding damage, you're putting in your sword slashes, and you're not draining magic inefficiently.
All right, Maniacal taking down Aga 2. That's going to take us into the Ganon fight. Maniacal hovering across the hole for no reason. Alright, Maniacal already into phase 3 of Ganon. And here come the teleports. Which, to my shock, are not normalized between the seeds. We sure did find the arrows in the light world. That's going to be 1 hit and activating the torch glitch. Getting a second. And going for the double on the right side. Gets it. And that's Ganon down. That's G.
1 G. G for Ganon.
And Maniacal will be heading back to Super Metroid. This will probably finish before 3 hours, I would say, knowing Maniacal.
Whoa! Spoilerinos, Maniacal 42 in chat.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, Maniacal finishing, heading over to Turian. 9 E-tanks. That's enough for the good old stand-up glitch, which I will never attempt. Maybe I will, just not in a run. Anyway, heading into Turian, this will be a pretty academic exercise. It's one of the things that the Super Metroid community is going to practice over and over and over because it's at the end of basically every run ever. And a nice clean first room. Once again, getting faked out by the frame rate. And a very nice gather and destroy for Maniacal. And it's time for the baby scene.
Do we get a baby skip? We have pretty much everything we need for it.
Plenty of
Wave.
health and quite a bit of craziness.
Yeah, high jump, space jump, wave beam.
It's taking off Varia suit, so we'll see. Ooh, not quite. Getting himself in position to end this as quickly as possible.
I'm really I'm really sorry.
I mean, I could time you out if you want me to.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. Dang it. Heckin' Miss Metroid.
All right, Maniacal entering the fight with exactly 60 super missiles, which, if you don't miss, that's going to be plenty. But he's got plenty of plain old missiles to back up. Oh, there was one miss, so... saving one super missile, interestingly. And it looks like he's... okay, he's not going for stand-up.
really feels bad, man, to chat. Like I've been silent for the last 3 minutes because I'm dealing with admin stuff, but man.
It is okay. We are the
Sorry.
oh yeah, charge beam doesn't help for stand up anyway. Or if you don't have charge,
What?
if you don't have charge beam, stand up doesn't help. There we go.
I was
Wording.
I was gonna say having
Charge
charge
beam is
beam doesn't help
necessary
stand
for stand up to help. I have words that I can use occasionally, but not all the time.
Use them all together. Okay, I didn't get timed out entirely, did I? Did every message that I send get timed out? What?
Well, basically, I removed the timeout. Like I got it, I started it, and then I removed it. So like it's gonna remove some of the messages you had in chat, but past that you should be fine.
But everything before that is gone.
Yes.
So everybody literally does look like they're talking to themselves. Great. Excellent. Perfect.
Okay, so Maniacal now dealing with this with Metroid or Mother Brain 3. I am a little interested in how he ended up with one missile.
Magic. I don't think you can switch to it even if you do have it. I'm sorry, again, everybody in chat. I really messed up with that.
Oh, apparently there is a maximum amount of missiles you can lose.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
I guess I never noticed that because I've always used up my missiles. All right, so heading into the escape, very nicely done. Without the speed booster, that's a bit of a pain, but you want to get it done anyway. These walls, I don't know if the walls shake and you actually can't get out, or like they shake to the point where it actually affects your ability to jump on them, or if it's just
I
messing
feel
with
like
my
it
eyes.
does. I feel like it's a timing thing and I just have it off all the time. Okay, so I'm just gonna mention to everybody right now, we're gonna have both of our runners in an interview at the same time.
Aha.
Just so you know.
And there we go. Maniacal hitting the dot done with an official time of 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 19 seconds. Now, as for Lenophis, I don't exactly know when they finished.
I have an official reading. Maniacal, did you say first place 254.19?
That is what it says.
First place officially in SRL.
Yes. First place in SRL with 254.19.
And Leno finished in second place, obviously. Haha. Now I feel silly. with an official time of 2:57:55.
Wow. That was pretty close. 2:57:55. My goodness.
Yeah. So, Leno is not in the IRC chat, so we'll have to figure out how to fix that stuff later. But I'm gonna see if we can get them both in Discord to interview.
All right.
So yeah. It might take a bit of time since Leno is not in the IRC chat, but we will figure it out for now. Dr. Bob, would you mind to pull up the schedule and shout out the next couple races coming out tomorrow?
I can certainly do that. Give me a second. All right. So, coming up on the schedule tomorrow, we have at 2:30 Eastern, we've got Breakdown versus Pika Pals on Speed Gaming 6. Then at 5:30 Eastern, we've got Andy versus Zost on the main Speed Gaming channel, followed by Evil Sparky 1 versus Link Force 0 at 9:30 p.m. over on Speed Gaming 4.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Leno will be joining us in chat, and Maniacal will go ahead and join us in voice chat here in a second once he sees yeah, I think we should be good. Welcome Maniacal and GG. I don't know if you know that you're muted. You might not have forgotten to unmute. I don't know.
No, sorry. I thought I was set up. I hadn't even set up my audio. Sorry
That's
about
okay.
that.
Oh,
How's it
sorry
going?
about
That's
that.
okay. Welcome in, GG.
Thank you, and GG to Leno as well.
It was unfortunate what happened with his internet situation, but all things being said, I'm told it was a very nice race.
Pretty close, apparently. 3 minutes, the difference. Since he reported it in the participants chat, he's gonna, I guess Leno says he's gonna try to voice chat with us.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I wasn't over in participants. I just was in the IRC channel, and I popped over to Speed Gaming there at the end.
So his official time was 2:57:55. So, I mean, we're talking about like 3 minutes difference. And we only saw him like very early in the game heading to South Shore, and then all of a sudden we saw him with like Butter Sword heading to Paradox Cave. So then I was like, okay, well then he definitely has like these bosses killed.
Hi.
Hello.
Leno!
And
GG.
welcome.
GG.
GG. I guess that was a pretty close race.
Yeah, 3 minutes worth.
I did all the wrong things. I was really, really worried. I was pretty sure I was going to lose that one for most of it.
I did all the wrong things too. I full cleared Swamp because it was a green pendant. Thinking it was going to have something. It had nothing. I dove Mire because I thought it had something. It gave me garbage.
Okay, I did not dive Mire, but I full cleared everything with the exception of Ice, Mire, Turtle Rock, and I left one chest in Hera.
Okay. Yeah, the one chest I left in Hera was the basement because I think the key was locked down there.
I got very end left.
Let's see here. I did Go Mode Ice Palace because Samaria and Titan's Mitts were my last 2 items.
Yep.
I backdoored Meridia. Checked Phantoon, there was Titan's Mitts. Killed Dragon, there's Samaria. Okay, that's it. Go Mode.
Around what time did you hit that?
I would have to check my splits in my video recording. If you want to give me a moment, I can do that.
Yeah, but I think
I'm just
in
curious.
Logic,
I feel
that was the way you had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, that
never
was
saw
the same
Speed
sphere as
Booster.
Hookshot.
I think the one thing that cost me the most is when it was 1 hour 41 minutes, and that's when I dove Aga with Tempered Sword.
I think
I went there
Maniacal
after
was
you.
later.
You did that later?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did everything that I could reasonably do outside of Aga, other than going back and doing Meyer, and other than going for the second chest in Hera.
Yeah, he
But everything else I did,
pretty much.
which included breaking lower Norfair and trying to crystal flash clip to Botwoon and doing all of the things that were in Meridia behind the broken gravity suit, behind the broken hook shot, and
Yeah.
I did all the things.
Chat.
If only that Crystal Flash clip had worked, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That would have been
then I would have
amazing.
finished in like a 2:30, maybe faster, because I wouldn't have
Right.
checked anything. I would have had mitts.
Metroid
and pain.
MST was talking about how this is even harder than like a snow clip or like an ice clip. The people are like,
Mhm.
well, why is he even doing this? And the other thing is that it's just like it's not really about that. Not only had you already sequence broke gravity, but if you had double sequence broke gravity to a point that you were then like go mode out of double sequence, that would have been like insanely crazy.
Yeah,
If only that were last night's seed. But
yeah, I mean, I knew that if I could get through to Botwoon, I had access to all of Dark World around Aga. Because
exactly, without Titan's Mitts.
Yeah.
But then you would have gotten Titan's Mitts.
Yeah, exactly. I would have had the mitts. I had access to the hammer, of course. So how about that crappy hammer location?
Oh,
Is it crappy though? Is it crappy
Yes.
though?
It's real bad.
Yes.
It's
I mean,
it's like
it necessitated the
I
Aga
mean-
play, really.
I mean, but that's the exact point, is that it literally told you where you needed to go, which is why I was like, why are these guys putting this off for so long? Once you got Master Sword, I felt like that was instantly the thing that you should have done, is just like straight up save wherever you could and then go right for that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that one came back to bite me. I was just kind of looking for Titan's Mitts, hoping I wouldn't have to do Aghanim. So I'm like, okay, I can pick up Hammer later. But when I found the the Tempered Sword, I'm like, okay, all indications are go to Aga. I'm not putting it up any longer. Just get it done, and just get the hammer.
Yeah, once East Death Mountain gave me gravity, though, I knew that if I could just find ice or speed, or get my crystal flash clip right, that I was going. Well, then I was able to cleanly break around Aga, and it was completely free. Like because I could get the hammer, that was free full Dark World, and it was largely in sequence with items I wanted to go find anyway.
Right, but if you just, I mean, I get it. Most SMZ3 players avoid wreck ship if they can. And the other thing that I thought, the other thing that I thought kind of interesting, Maniacal, is that you found the Moon Pearl at the wreck ship E-Tank Chozo location, and then you decided to check. You decided to check
location?
Attic, and then I was like, I expect him to just peace out and leave. But then you checked everything.
Yeah, I checked everything because at that point I had gravity. I knew if I just found speed booster or ice
But
beam,
you shouldn't
that the
have had
entire-
gravity at that point.
Yeah, but you can double down on the break, because if you get the thing that lets you cleanly break around everything, like if I break mitts there.
What did you get? What do you mean?
If I
mean,
break
if he
mitts
could
in
have gotten
Meridia.
like Titan's Mitts or something like that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
'Cause,
Bob, you
yeah.
and I were talking about that.
Mitts are on the table, speed and ice are on the table as ways to cleanly break around Aga at that point, and it's not like I'm not getting 2 items per time.
I am
True.
with Maniacal on this one. If you can break around it, you probably should. But I mean, at some point, it becomes unlikely to happen. And of course,
Which is
there's
why
no
I
real
was
way to
like,
know.
why did you do that?
So I have a question for Leno. Did you ever find the charge beam?
I did not. That was one item that I never found.
Yeah. He asked me about that, and I said Maniacal never found it either, so we didn't know.
Because the charge
Yeah.
beam, at least in the logic, is expected to be found somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
before
it
you
had to
head
be
cycle.
out and about, and it couldn't have been at the green pendant turn in.
No.
It could have been Pyramid Fairy. It could have been
did
one of a
anyone
couple
check-
overworld locations.
Graveyard Ledge or King's Tomb?
I did not check Graveyard Ledge because that was going to be one of my next set of checks if I didn't find what I needed in Meridia. I was going to just clear Meridia as I killed Dragon, and then I was still looking for Titan's Myths and Samaria, so I was just, okay, if Meridia doesn't have it, I'll do my last overworld checks and Link to the Past, and then we'll just see what happens from there.
And I had a really fun time calling it the candy cane of Smirnoff. And I hear Leno go, ugh. Thanks, Metroid MST.
Is this your doing?
Well, of course it's his doing.
All right, so I had a great time here. Do any of you have anything else you want to say before we wrap things up here today?
No,
Curse my internet!
Yeah.
Absolutely, curse your internet.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, I can't curse your internet because I was tracking while commentating. So it was much easier to track one person than two. So
Yeah.
Well,
GG
if you guys
Leto.
want, I'll show you. If you guys want, I'll show you this video I just took when I went outside. My car is buried
No.
in a foot of snow right now.
no, it's cool.
Oof.
Very nice.
Sorry, Maniacal,
that's-
go ahead.
No, I was just wondering, Leno, are you planning to upload the VOD? Do you have a local record or no?
I do have a local recording. My power went out during the Ridley fight. I
it
started
did.
Ridley, and then the power went out. So like, okay, I had to refarm and do the Ridley thing all over again. And yeah, this snowstorm has been a thing today.
And you restarted the record after?
Luckily, my PC is on UPS, so
Yo.
my desktop. So I have video, whole video.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, cool.
You should upload it just
I'd
for
love to watch it.
prosperities. Exactly.
Well,
like
really-
you know, Maniacal.
It'd be really interesting to get that footage, kind of spliced into this so that the VOD for this recording will
absolutely.
show both. Anyway, so thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Once again, I want to thank both of our runners, Lenophis and Maniacal, for putting on an excellent show today. I also, of course, want to thank my co-commentator and tracker, Ms. Metroid, for pulling
What?
all the duty and just doing everything. And of course, to you, the viewers, for watching. There we go. Anything else before we finish up?
Yeah.
Shout out to getting followers for not streaming.
I mean, they gotta wonder what it's like to watch you when they can't see you play. So the only way they can do that is by following, right?
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Is this
Thank
like
you,
a
everyone.
strat? Are you sure that there's actually weather issues?
Just
Just
if
kidding. Just kidding.
you want to go that route, I'll grab a screenshot of the radar.
Nah,
I'll
nah.
post it in the chat.
All right, everybody.
Yeah. That was
Once again,
good.
thank you all for watching.
Yeah, just wanted to say
And-
thank you, Dr. Bob, and thank you, Ms. Metroid, for the commentary tracking. It's been a fun tournament. Sad it's over, but had a good time.
Yeah, thank you both.
I had
I'm really sad that you're both out. Sorry, Lena, go ahead.
I was gonna say I've had a blast doing this. The entire point was to have fun during this league. When season 2 happens, I'm hoping it happens. I'll be in. I'm in this one.
Well, and the other thing is that going out against Maniacal, I mean, that's a nice race to go up against final rounds.
Yeah, Maniacal and I have raced a couple times during the weeklies, and there was a couple other casual events, and we've had a lot of fun. It was nice to see. I was able to make it kind of close.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
close.
I think you'll get a chuckle watching this one back as I just torch time in Meridia.
Literally, I will honestly say, if that Crystal Flash would have worked, I would have been like, "Oh my god, this is ridiculous." But
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. You say it would have been like 2:30. I think it would have been like sub 2. Like it's ridiculous.
No. There was so much path length
Yeah.
left. I mean, it would have been fast.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. It's about time to wrap things up here. So I will just say that I have been Dr. Bobtastic. And for Miss Metroid, thank you all so much for watching. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Dr. Bobtastic. Thank you so much, Maniacal. Thank you so much, Lenophis. Once again, I'm going to shout out our runners. Thank you so much for scheduling your races. We appreciate it. Also, thank you so much to Speed Gaming for hosting this event, and Vi.gg for providing the cash prize. Also want to thank you guys as viewers for tuning in and watching. Just to shout out tomorrow's events coming up from the same tournament. We have a race starting at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, Breakdown versus Pika Pals. And then at 5:30 p.m., Andy versus Zost. Really hype match. Big deal. Coming down the pipe. I'm gonna be on Speed Gaming main channel at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Everybody make sure you tune in for that. We've got Ivan and Luck Attack commentating that, so make sure you guys tune in. But we also have a late night race between Evil Sparky 1 and Link Force Zero. Gonna finish up the night tomorrow. But outside of that, I just want to say one more time, thank you so much to Dr. Bobtastic for joining me with commentating tonight. And he is awesome. You guys should check him out and follow his page. And I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for watching, and come check us out tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye.